Chamge jitab kalenjin amang'ung'ui tugul ole mite koibaibai akikere ketesiet nebo Kass TV itagat eng logoiwekab emet kigurena Jacqueline Arusei. Mite maget nebo ketorchi kimnatet boriet nekitokyini kaimutik chebo chametabgei nebo kabwatutik anan mental illness eng tokyinetab keker kele kakinyor walutik eng kaimutik chetesetai kobune chongindab neranik mising ko chemite sukulishekab barak koboto colleges eng emet. Ng'ololi kasarta nekatoi tetutiet nebo ketoret neranik chebune kaimutikab kabwatutik eng sukulitab Eldoret National Polytechnic neisuldae ofisit nebo County MP nebo Uasin Gishu eng kibagenge ak Chiromo Group of Hospitals kokamwa County MP nebo Uasin Gishu Gladys Boschole kole manyalu kotaketupchi batai kaimutyonotok amu tesetai kobune uinwek chongindab neranik eng emoni kosubkei ak kaimutyonotok. Iarorwech ng'oindo Timothy Kiplimo.
Chametabgei nebo kabwatutik ko kit nekamwa County MP nebo Uasin Gishu Gladys Boschole kole tomo ketorchi kimnatet nenyolchin ak kounoto kotesetai kobune uinwek chongindab biik en emet mising ko neranik kobate chang kaimutik choto chebune biik ako tomo kenai.
Over the years I have been involved in medical camps, but mental health was not part of my idea in the medical camps. We treated everything except mental health. And now I've become acutely aware that mental health is a pandemic. It's worse than COVID. It is among our children, and mostly our college-going children. Because when they're in high school, they start, but they have protection. But after high school, they're on their own. They're no longer at home. Their parents assume they're okay. And it's brought a lot of challenges. And it goes on when they become unemployed and don't have jobs.
Kong'ololchin sirikab logoiwek en sukulitab musoknotet nebo Eldoret National Polytechnic komwa Sholei kole wendi kosuldoe tetutyonoto en sukulishek cheterter en county nebo Uasin Gishu ole kamach biikab boror komatkotaban anan kosas biik chebune kaimutichoto.
And the most important thing is to stop stigmatizing people. Like we said, most parents, they'll say, oh, that child of mine is lost in alcohol. But they're not lost in alcohol. They are ill and they need help. And it's a big, big problem. I know that somebody was saying that there's even tablets young people take. You die for the weekend. You completely sleep and wake up on Monday because they can't face the world. And it's a real issue and we must talk about it and we must deal with it.
Kaboiboichi Sholei kit nekamwa kole tesetai kokere kole kakichop ng'atutik chebendi kotoreti en kanabtaetab boriet nekitokyin kaimutiet nebo chiletabgei nebo kabwatutik koboto kanyoiset nebo mionoto.
What we have done in Parliament, first we have pushed an amendment to decriminalize suicide. Because suicide was a criminal offense. Why is it a criminal offense? It's a disease. Anybody who's suicidal is not well and needs medical attention. We have also made sure that insurance has been able to include mental health as one of the things they cover. So it's being covered by SHA, it was being covered by NHIF at that time. So those are some of the changes. But most importantly, what needs to be done is to create awareness. We need to be able to speak up about it. Because sometimes people don't know that they're going through mental health challenges.
Kosubkei ak Dr. Gumbo kobun Chiromo Group of Hospitals koibor chikilishet kole agenge en biik 4 en emoni kotinye kaimutikab kabwatutik. Kit nekamwa kole boibochin kit netesetai konyoru biikab emet naet akobo kaimutyonoto.
One of the positive things I would say is that more people are having the conversations around it. So awareness is growing, which is what we want. We want the stigma to be completely down so that people can get help, people can talk to each other. Peer support, family support will always remain key.
This to us is a welcome development because it is going to address the many questions that we may be having, and it is going to equip us as a team and also individually on how to cope with the stressors in life.
Kong'eten nganaset nebo Eldoret en county nebo Uasin Gishu logoiwekab emet chebo Kass TV, kanenyu ko Timothy Kiplimo.
Kaibar kaimetabke Bishop nebo kanisetab Catholic Diocese nebo Kericho Alfred Rotich kosubkei ak yautik chebo nametab asoya chekotestai kemwaita kandoik missing ko chebo South Rift. Kamwa Bishop Rotich kole mayani nametab asoya ak kandoik chekokemwaita yautik chotok kokobar kole kitinygei ak yautyonotok. Kiarorwech eng koindo Festus Rono.
Marirek chekerirtos yu ak kesome kora kele kitinye rirenetabgei ariren werichon akure werichon amun werikyok. Ko nikas kele kakimut gavana koit mpaka olimbo Senate kurire muguleldanyun as a diocesan bishop ak biik tugul kele kalyan. Ko nandandan arire abaibai amun kakekonon kioit asikaron kebire kura ko kanet biik ele kibirtoi. Amun kingebire kura abo kora kelenjin mi ochikil chi oker werikwok ak tibikwok.
Noton ko ng'alaletab Bishop nebo kanisetab Catholic Diocese nebo Kericho Bishop Alfred Rotich nekamwa ine kole yautik chebo nametab asoya chekokotestai kemwaitaen alak en kandoik kobun South Rift komanyolu ole kamwa ine kole nyolu kelewen kandoik chenyolu.
Ngotinye sipto anan tinye eunek cheingen konetis anan korib emet konyolu kechikil kouon kichikili chito interview him very well. Ko kangoite anyun yun acham pichainoto amun kakona sinonetisiei kobwotwon Jesu Kristo nekingoka kong'ololjin biik chekikuren custodians stewards of people's resources. Ko kangonyor age nekikokochi kibo talanta kobokokyi age kole rib tuguchu. Ko kingoit kole amoche tugukchu kolenjin kolabat akolenji sirwan ngo kikokikochi 88 isir koik 40. Ko chokyin kolosyeisyo kere kole ng'om. Ko abo kora ko ng'omen biikyok lakini kokochibilit anyun en chorset.
Kosubkei ak noton komwa ine kole nyolu en kandoik kocheng kotikonet en kanisosiek asikomuch ketar nametab asoya en emet.
Ara kilyonen kotebenan amache tuyet neune asikituiyo kandoik asome kora ale takinyor senator takinyor MP takinyor speakers takinyor governors chuton bo kokwoni chuchokes en arwokyi anyun ak en orit alenji okonon tuguchoton tugul chu kyonam ngo kiibenchi kiy ngo kilyanen amun bichoton kobendi kanisa alenji konu any kiyum ak kesir asikikoiten kesom nyoetab kat nibuch kerote biik ako awendi sanyoru en jela mamoche anyorchi akoloto kaikai obwan yu kwasome anyun alenji boisiek ak alenji counties okere emet kit neu ko kikoit asoya amun kikecham oranaton kikebokityi so kikecham oranaton.
Kang'alali ine esotik Pastoral Center en seminar nekatuiyo directors chetononchin somanet en kanisetab Catholic kobun diocese 7 chebo Nairobi Metropolitan Sea ole kamwa ine kole bo komonut kaniset en kokimitetab somanet.
Kokimi ireu en boisienyon nekikuren nebo governing council nebo education nebo secretaries ak executive. En abo kora ko this is a yearly event ko kabwone Kericho asikosaita akichek akoker boisiet nekitinye ak kong'et Kericho akine to showcase kole kikeit ano. Ko kakiboiboenji tuyoni amun kaimut diocese choton 7 ak keng'alal kipkutinak kemwa kit nekitokyinigei akobo education kuyongen tugul ole en betusiek tugul ng'alekab konetisiet ko nganda makilosugei ko ka en Kap Catholic Church ko kitestai en education kot koit nguni ketesetai ak emet kinetisiei.
Kong'eten county nebo Bomet logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Festus Rono.
Kaip kibagengeit nebo Kenya kiprutoinik kobun biik kerutik kobun biikab boror eng kot neking'ate ng'atutik nebo Nakuru East ak Nakuru West kosubkei ak chobet ak kabaraetab oret nebo Rironi Mau Summit. Kaindochi MPs chebo komaswek chotok cheboto David Gikaria ak Samuel Arama meng'ikab komasatak eng kakaitoetab kerutik ole some icheket kibagenge notok koityi kamanut siretab meng'ikab komasatak eng boisionik chebitu koboto kakerenet eng meng'ik chekibendi keboisie mbaronikwak. Kinyoru report kobun Dennis Kipchirchir.
Kong'ololjin sirikab logoiwek County Commissioner nebo County nebo Narok Kipkech Lotiatia en ofisinyi nemiten en taonitab Narok komwa ine kole boiboenjin kakwautiet nebo meng'ikab tipis en mwisho wa lami nemiten en kiwoto nebo County nebo Narok ak County nebo Nakuru ole kokoityi koyonchinet ichek komeng'is en kalyet ak koyai boisionik chebo bandab tai.
Siku 4 hivi tumekuwa na shida tu kidogo ambayo ilitokea kuswile, mnajua ilitokea chanzo ilikuwa ukosefu wa umeme na ikafanya wale katika ile soko ya Tipis. Tipis ni mji ambayo iko mpaka Nakuru na Narok. Na hiyo mji wa Tipis karibu 90% ni pande ya Nakuru. Siwezi kusema, na ile tukio ilitokea pande ya hiyo jimbo jirani ya Nakuru. Na kusema kweli ni soko ambao inaleta jamii yote mbili ya Kikuyu na jamii ya Masai. Labda kuna wale watu katili ambao watu wanapenda wakipata mwanya kidogo, kama kuna shida ambayo inatokea ambayo inatatuliwa haraka, bado wanatumia hiyo mwanya kufanya nini? Kufanya mambo ya maovu na kuharibu mali. Jamii yote ya Narok wale kwa pamoja, wote makabila wote ambao wako Narok, hatujakuwa na shida yote ya mambo ya fujo. Na tunawakumbusha waendelee wakaa hivyo, wadumishe amani, wasikubali watu ambao wale wachache wanakuja kati yao na kugawanya kwa msingi ya kikabila. Kabila ati mimi yule kabila fulani, yule ni kabila fulani. Wale wachache wanaonywa wakome mambo ya kugawanya watu kwa msingi ya kikabila.
Acher County Commissioner kirwokik en komosoton bo Tipis koker kole kaba lagok tugul sukul kou ole nyolunot.
Tumeeleza all leaders, viongozi wote katika jimbo letu la Narok na wale wako kule nje wa round up, especially wale wenzetu kwa ngaos ama chiefs na manaibu wao, wamefanya campaign ya ku round up. Wanaendelea wale wote wakiwa pia watoto wa kiume, labda wale wametoroka skuli, hakikisha watoto wote wamekuwa retain kwa maskuli. Na hiyo pia ina include pia watoto wasichana ambao kolini, na ni swala sugu ambao tu tunapigana naye sasa. Tunashughulikia kuhakikisha hakuna mtoto ambaye anapata mimba, na hiyo campaign tukishirikiana na wadau wengine tunaona kama tutafaulu.
Kibit terchinet en kwenutab bororiosiek chemengindos en mwisho wa lami ole kikibel korik 8 akobet chi agenge sobenyin en terchinet nekibit en komosoton. En logoiwekab emet chebo Kass International kong'eten taonitab Narok, kainenyun ko Nicholas Rono.
Kikensu teksetab sukulitab barak nebo Koitalel Samoei University eng komosta nebo Samoei eng Nandi Hills, County nebo Nandi amait arawetab 6 eng kenyit nenyone. Nitok kosubkei ak nebo ng'echeret eng sukulitab barak nebo Koitalel Samoei University. Professor Josephat Chego nekayamis ine kole tesetai eng oret nekararan teksetab sukulinotok. Logoiwek chekarob MP nebo Nandi Hills Bernard Kitur emwait kole itchini magutik tugul teksetab sukulinotok bo Koitalel Samoei.
Kamwa Professor Josephat Chego ne ko nebo ng'echeret eng sukulitab barak nebo Koitalel Samoei kole testai eng oret nekararan teksetab sukulitab barak nebo Koitalel Samoei eng komosta nebo Nandi Hills ole kayamis ine kole mabitu ng'emetab chepkondok.
Oteamiu komachililyo ko silingit. Kekas kele anyone kila betut melen na executive chairman, lakini makoi borun kolimbo Nairobi ako mi boisiet yu. Ako kingaitu ko kikabit koimutiet kitikin nekimokoronen pillars chemoche takiro kokokewal kotokokebolu chotok asiketech pillars chetononi kot nebo korobaisiek 6.
Kabaibachi nito MP nebo Nandi Hills Bernard Kitur nekamwa ine kole kikesu teksetab sukulinoto amait arawetab 6 kenyit nenyone.
Sipit nelabate kasit eng yu komi barak kabisa. Ak amoche alechi biik tugul ngipko next year kasarta nebo arawetab 6 yo kole kokaketar tekset arawetab 9 koingen lagok yuto. Wakisho na moja kuna kityo ketesetai kisubi ngalekab chepkondok bunge. So making sure every time kechobe budget anan ko supplementary ko chepkonde noto kimoche sikotesetai kasit eng yu making sure kakinde orit yot. Amu kitinye chomnyet neo nebo president kwaak ngalekab teksoni kobek ak kandoik tugul.
Kaboibochi ine kora oleu teksetab sukulinoto eng mwaet kole ityin makutik tugul.
Iman contractors chechang ako nekikitinye kibo wakati nekibo koturu ako ain nyokotekani over kokekose kelen kikiteche korik amakinde tuguk cheyomegei. That is why konyo kebol tugul siketech university nekony komie kechop komie. Kwamoche alechi kamisen nemite ko in contractor nemite saizi abwate ale kwai kasit ak chito ne experience no Professor Yego ak community nekere team tugul nemite.
Eng komastanywa komwa alak eng meng'ikab Nandi Hills chekaboto William Tormoi kole wendi koiku kelchin neo teksetab sukulinoto ole kaboibochi ichek koleu tekset.
Nguno kiwekyini kongoi excellent president nenyo Dr. William Samoei Ruto amu kikomwa ako kikamwoiwech kole makitoroku cheketu mureno kokakekere man kele makitoroku amu betut ne rani kokimite rani kekere boisiet neyoe contractors chekikinde Samoei Chinese kokwai kabisa sukulit nekararan nebo kwong'ut nekamuche amwochi biikab kokwoni ale mie mising ochobokse yeborokse sukulini ketinye akichek tuguk chekiketech kou korikab lagok chenyokomenyei.
Kong'eteke county nebo Nandi logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Nelson Tarbei.
Kakomwa rupotab gavana kobun county nebo Narok Tamalinye Koech kole kirirtae serikalit neo nebo national government eng lipanetab chepkondok chebo salary chebo kiboitinik chebo county ole kokoit arawek aeng kotomo kelipanji salary kiboitinik eng county notok. Ngololi rupotab gavana Tamalinye Koech eng komasta nebo kot neking'ate ng'atutik anan kot nebo komasta notok po Narok County komwa inendet kole nyalu eng serikalit neo kochakta rabishek asikomuktechi counties kolipan melekwek.
Kong'ololi rubeiwotab gavana Tamalinye Koech eng komosta nebo Ngito eng konoretab boiyot Samuel Arap Koskei komwa ine kole kokochelewan lipanetab chepkondok chebo salary chebo kiboitinik chebo county nebo Narok kosubkei ak system nelel ne kotoi serikalit neo nebo national government ine kole yoe kit age tugul kot konyor kiboitinik salary en konekit.
Procurement chukokoyai kokake salaries kobolchech biik eng county ni, but it is not our fault. Wale serikali maikiadjusten keba systemit age ko systemit noto koimech chus kumenoti lakini kiborchinigei keker kele kachobok ng'alechoto siketar ng'alekab bichu.
Koikimit rubeiwotab gavana Koech kole tete serikalitab county nebo Narok kosir konetik chebo ECD ole kosom meng'ikab komosoton bo Ngito kotestai kotii serikalitab county nebo Narok.
Chekimoe ketech kesir biik chebo ECDs sikokitep kole nikimoe kopitishan kora sikesir konetik chombo ECDs tugul chombo kikimoe 300 so at least ngoite 2027 ketinye kokokeyai tuguk tugul en sektaisiek tugul.
Komiten tuyonoton kandoik cheterter cheboto MCS ak kandoindet nekibeljingei ng'echeretab Senate en county nebo Narok Andrew Sunguli noton ko Piladeni.
Na county hii ni county yetu na tuna support serikali ya county waweze kufanya mambo yao. Mimi mnajua nilikuwa hapa nikapata kura yote kwa Muriatin kura isiek. Lakini kia nayole mi Muriat makwa metun.
En logoiwekab emet chebo Kass International kong'eten Ngito en Ilmotio Quad nemiten en sub-county nebo Narok West, kainenyun ko Nicholas Rono.
Kakotestai kokimit cabinet secretary nebo ripsetab kalyet eng emet orit kole mitei komie emetab Kenya ako wendi kotesetai kokimiti ripsetab kalyet eng komoswek tugul chebo emet. Kamwa Kipchumba Murkomen kole eng kasarta notok baurionjin kaimutik biikab emetab Somalia kochamdaat eng icheket kouchi emetab Kenya kobate tokchingei serikali koker kole kaimuch korib kiwatoshek tugul chebo emet ako mitei komie emetab Kenya.
Taifa letu liko salama sana. Hakuna wasiwasi yoyote ambayo unaweza kusema kuna wanajeshi wa nchi zingine ama regions za nchi zingine ambao wamekuja Kenya kudhoofisha mambo ya usalama. Hakuna kabisa. Ningependa kusema hakuna mtu yoyote kutoka nchi nyingine amekuja Kenya kwa minajili ya kuja kupigana na Wakenya ama kupigana na Kenya. Hakuna kabisa. Na nilisema kwamba kila mara tunapokuwa na shida katika nchi jirani, unapata kwamba wananchi wanatorokea upande za Kenya, wengine wakikuja upande huu wanatafuta usalama. Ni ile kwamba nchi yetu iko salama. Na tunashirikiana na nchi jirani kuona kwamba wale watatorokea Kenya kwa kuhofia usalama wao huwa wanarudisha kwa njia ya usalama. Nimeona wengine ambao wamewahi kuwa katika ofisi za uongozi katika taifa letu wakiongea kiholela kwa mambo ya usalama. Hakuna mtu anaweza kuongea kiholela kama umewahi kuwa na ofisi hapo awali. Haiwezekani. Na mimi nataka kushukuru former waziri Matiang'i kwa sababu amejiweka kwa njia ambayo ameheshimu ile ofisi amewahi kuwa waziri kama mimi. Hakuna siku nitatoka hiyo ofisi alafu wakati muda wangu umeisha nimetoka kwa hiyo ofisi niende niongee kiholela kuhusu security ya nchi. Nimeona wale wamewahi kushika ofisi za juu. Vice President Kalonzo, former Vice President wa Munyoro. Wanaenda kuongea huko nje kiholela mambo ya usalama. Wanatafutia siasa ya pesa nani mambo ya usalama. Kweli tumekuwa na bahati mbaya kwamba watu kama hawa wamewahi kukaa kwa National Security Council. You know, mtu umewahi kukaa kwa National Security Committee. You know, huwezi enda kuongea kiholela mambo ya uongo ili kuharibia nchi yako. Mimi nataka kusema hapa wazi. Kenya is not under any threat from Somalia or any regional force from Somalia. The only threat we face as a country is the threat of Al-Shabaab. And every time our neighbors have any challenge, we have been able to accommodate any of the citizens of Somalia who have come to Kenya and return them in the right way. Some who have been able to be returned have been accommodated in Dadaab refugee camp. There has never been a threat. And I want to insist here, Kenya is not under occupation. You know,
Kagomwa Jane Korir Torotich neboisien serikalitab emetab Kenya eng emetab Dubai kole ngot konyor boroinoto kowendi koboisie ngomnotenyi nebo kenyisiek 10 eng kapkiyok eng emotinwek cheterter kokanapta tilyandit nemie ak emetab Kenya. Ng'olole eng taitab committee nebo Defence and Intelligence komwa ine kole wendi kondoi tai mung'aret eng kwenutab emoni ak emetab Dubai ole kamwa kole nyalu konet biik chebendi koyai boisiet eng emetab Dubai simanyor nyalilda kasarta neisuldoi boisionikwak.
Okay, order members, karibu Ms. Jane Chepkorir Toroitich.
Focus on the following critical areas, if approved. Trade. As you may be aware, UAE is the 6th export market for Kenyan goods, and it is the second biggest source of imports for Kenya after China. In 2023, UAE exported approximately 2.27 billion worth of goods to Kenya. Trading to Dubai, there are so many activities which can promote investment and trade in that country. And if we cultivate that, then we should be able to achieve this transformational agenda we are talking about.
Looking at the statistics from Central Bank of Kenya, there is very high capital outflow vis-a-vis capital inflow. Whereas we have a lot of Kenyans who have a lot of money, they want to invest in a country like Dubai, where for me, as an individual, is not a priority. But how would you convince those Kenyans, instead of investing in Dubai, why don't they invest in Kenya? Because this Kenya is a very beautiful country. We have very nice scenery, and we can make Kenya better.
So I think the answer is to work on our own country and our environment. And another thing which we could do is to encourage our own investors from Kenya to work with the investors in Dubai. Instead of going to them, we can make the environment worthy to attract the Emiratis to come and invest with our own people in this country.
Do you think you can be able to influence? Because I've heard you speak of trade interventions, I've heard you speak of economics, but how would you help to tilt this in favor of Kenya? Because I feel like Kenya, we underperform in terms of tourism because we have so much to show, but we don't have the same traffic as we have of Kenyans going to Dubai. What would you do to change that? And secondly, the issue of the core values in our foreign service, the improved one in 2024, what are the three major issues you'd leverage on if you are approved as the Consul General in Dubai?
Ms. Jen, is emanating from your most immediate role as the top diplomat supporting the multinational security mission for Haiti, where Kenya is a key participant. Speaking to this committee and to Kenyans who are watching us, would you say our decision to send our troops to Haiti was a good decision? And what is the success rate of our mission this far? Thank you.
If approved, I am going to work with the team on the ground to ensure that we sell our tourism to the UAE people or in Dubai. Of course, Honorable Wangari, you realize that the population there of the indigenous Emiratis is very small. The MSS mission in Haiti has been able to achieve so much. Number one, there was no one going to school before the deployment. I can now tell you that schools are open and children are going to school. That's a great achievement in that country.
Chitap kalenjin gagi tukcha taka imetab logo chak chiba emet taka kimuch kibun ngongete studio nebo Kass TV gongo missing obrena ngai gone jigir logo gabe emet kigurena Jacqueline Arusei aga magun kita ketuleme.